in order to build the space station, I've unlocked this tech, mainly for the multi-point connector and docking port. And I also unlocked this tech to get the next size of Airstream protective shell. I'm also going to need another scientist, so go ahead and get another scientist. Should be all we need. I suppose I can get another pilot. You never know when you might need another pilot. This vessel is the core of my space station. So let's go ahead and take off the fairing, look under the hood here. So we have this cupola module. Open the service bay, we can see we have the Science Junior and also all of our science apparatuses. Then we have the mobile processing lab, which is huge. I will go more in depth about this once we're in orbit. We have this brand adapter and the hub. And of course we have docking ports because I eventually want to make this a big space station. So we're going to have to do multiple launches and rendezvous for that. I can see there's some lights sticking out, but hopefully that won't matter. This is our orbiter stage to fine-tune our orbit, because obviously the space station itself doesn't need any engines. So in here we actually have a probe core and reaction wheels, because this little rocket booster is going to need to detach and deorbit itself so we don't leave any junk. And then this is the large, booster to lift us up into orbit. As far as orbit altitude, I want to be above 150,000 simply because, hold on, my cat is like, sorry about that, my cat was going absolutely crazy. What were we talking about? Yeah, the orbital altitude. I want it to be above 150,000 meters because that is when terrain stops loading and you can time warp faster. So yeah, I'll probably shoot for 150,000, maybe a little bit higher. I'm going to try and get a nice round number for my orbit to make, make it nice and even, nice and aesthetic. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and launch this into orbit. Let's make sure we have our 2 scientists in the mobile processing lab. That's important. And again, I will show how that works later. Before we launch the station, we're going to accept this contract here. If we complete it, it gives us 200,000. Oh my god, this cat! My god. Okay. Anyways, this gives us 200,000 funds. So we really want to do this. Let's go ahead and accept it. So as you can see, the only thing we're missing is support for Kerbals. We only have 3. So we're going to have to send up a vessel and dock. But we're going to be doing that anyway. You know, make our space station epic. So I guess we can turn on our lights so we can see. So now is a good time to discuss the science lab. So you can see we have our 2 Kerbals here in this nice little science lab. So the way this works is if I take a crew report, you can see this green button here, because I've already done a crew report in space near Kerbin. But if I click process in the lab, this will yield me 25 science, but it's in the form of data. It's 5 data. So now if we right click on the lab, you see here it says 5 data. So if we click start research, they will slowly convert this data into science. As you can see, this is really slow, 0.05 science a day, because my scientists are level 0. But I can actually click level up crew. Now my scientists are level 2. Now we're up to 0.08. So maybe if we time warp a little bit. This also takes electric charge, as you can see. There you go. We got 0.001 science. That really does drain electric charge. Obviously, to make the space station look super cool, one of my plans is to, you know, connect a huge solar array with batteries to this thing to make sure it never runs out of charge. Because we honestly do not have a lot. So let's time warp to where we're in the sunlight. There we go. Yeah, look at that. We get, because I don't really need more solar panels, huh? It's just being in the light. I need more batteries more than anything. So now if we start research, yeah. So this will actually just generate us science. We can transmit the science. I mean, it's only 0.01. Yeah, it's not enough useful findings, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So eventually I will get more science. Like, in fact, I can just take an EVA report, can board, can review the experiment. It's 40. So that's 8 data stored. You can see it only holds 500 science. So we could open our service bay. Meander our camera in here. Can observe mystery goo. Process in the lab. Lab. Oh, there's no seismic data, obviously. Conduct material study. We can close it up. So now you see we have 68 data. And we're doing 1 science a day. So maybe the rate depends on the amount of data you have. We can actually clean experiments as well. So we can reset the mystery goo. Now I don't know if, can we do like duplicates? No. So I think that's all the science we're going to get out of this thing, to be honest, but it's still cool. I mean, this, we will eventually make a moon station, and we will be using this to get a lot of science. We will control this vessel from the Probe 9. We will decouple. There we are. Now we have 2,000, 3,000 meters of delta V to work with. That's definitely enough to deorbit us, so let's just say farewell to our space station. and deorbit this little booster. So we could turn off the thrust limiter, that might help. There we go. Maybe a little bit overkill on this, but now we can look at the vessel info. Let's just change this to the KSS. Should change the icon, make it official. Beautiful. Now we have the KSS. So as you can see, these scientists are going to be up here for a long time researching this. You know, at least for immersion, like, I don't really want to just, like, sit here and time warp years for them to research this, because, you know, we're going to be launching stuff, we're going to be connecting stuff to the ship, so we can let them research it. Base time. Again, we can kind of mess with these lights later, I suppose. Some fancy blue lights or something, maybe. Oh, you can actually angle these. You can actually make them blink, too. That'll be interesting. We'll have to make our spaceship look super cool. A bunch of blinking lights everywhere, you know. The next bit of payload I want to add to our vessel here is this solar array with mainly a bunch of batteries. In order to dock, we have some RCS thrusters with RCS fuel tank on there. And we're using the same booster. Payload is a little lighter, so it might be overkill, but we shall see. So this, yeah, liquid fuel tank is empty because we don't need any fuel in there. How is that not docked? Please! Please dock! How is that not docked? Boom. Finally. Oh my god. We've started constructing the first station on Kerbin. Man, that took way longer than I thought. Okay, yeah, our periapsis and apoapsis are fine. Inclination still 0 degrees, so. Alright, well we had the dock with the station, but that's why we put RCS ports on there. So now we have 4,000 electric charge to play with. And we can extend all of these panels. Nice. I just wanted to orient that so it looked a little bit better. That was all. So now we have our little miniature space station